James Bond may have lost the long-time protection of the Broccolis, but Amazon is already moving on announcing the next 007, unsuccessfully. Hello viewers. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. James Bond is going through 99 problems right now, and Jeff Bezos is one of them. The franchise that has reigned over Hollywood since the 1960s has finally hit a rough patch that's even worse than Roger Moore's era as 007. Meanwhile, fans still clamor over the absence of Henry Cavill, as the 41-year-old actor is all but done with playing the MI6 superspy. However, Cavill's missed opportunity is not the saddest part about the Bond franchise. Jeff Bezos' power move as Amazon annexes EON Productions under its wings has wrecked, shocked, disheartened, and terrified Hollywood, critics, and fans alike. Now, further scrutiny shows that Cavill being shunned as a Bond contender and Amazon buying out 007 may just be linked, after all. Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson, the longtime keepers of the James Bond franchise, are known to be threateningly protective when it comes to the IP that their father built in the 1960s. So much so, in fact, that Broccoli made her distaste for those at Amazon loud and clear when the Wall Street Journal quoted her as telling a friend that their executives were F***king idiots. Obviously, this did not fare well with Jeff Bezos, who aggressively moved to take over the IP by buying out the family business for a mere $1 billion. Now that Amazon holds all the rights to Bond, EON Productions, and parent studio MGM, it can do pretty much anything it wants, including spin-offs about side characters or prequels about villains or disappointing game shows. It was also reported that Amazon had proposed several names for the next Bond after Daniel Craig's phenomenal 15-year ownership of the character, via The Hollywood Reporter. However, Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson never settled on one. As the franchise now splutters on without an actor, a script, or a director, the fans are left to wonder if Skyfall was really the last Bond film that will ever exist in pop culture memory. It was one of Albert Broccoli's final wishes that James Bond never be sold out by an outsider, given how he built the franchise from the ground up since the very first film in 1962. His heirs, Barbara Broccoli and half-sibling Michael G. Wilson, were mere children when Dr. No came out, and they have been brought up on the sets of Bond ever since. 007 is in their blood, so to speak. Before his death, the godfather of the Bond franchise and the overseer of EON Productions that housed the superspy all these years reportedly told his children, "Don't let anybody else screw it up. You can screw it up if you want to, but don't let other people screw it up." As such, it came as a shock more than a surprise when they announced the sale to Amazon for chump change. Moreover, John Cork, who wrote the Bond Bible for EON in the mid-1990s, claimed in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter, "People think they know James Bond because they know the iconography of the martini and the gun and the gadgets. But there is a very particular set of things that occur below the surface that have kept the character resonating for over 60 years. There's a line from the novel Goldfinger about how high tension was Bond's natural way of life, and that pressure and danger relaxed him. Amazon is going to need to get people in the room who understand that. If Amazon can truly get like-minded people in a room who can consistently churn out good Bond films, it would be an ideal situation for everyone involved. However, considering Amazon's previous track record with spy films like Citadel or franchise IPs like the Lord of the Rings prequel, The Rings of Power, there isn't much to hope or expect from the studio just yet. Regé-Jean Page might have the looks for 007, but convincing James Bond fans is a mission even Michael Fassbender would struggle with. The new James Bond will remain a mystery for who knows how much longer. It has been years since Daniel Craig stepped down from the 007 throne, and the kingdom is looking for their next leader ever since. From Henry Cavill to Aaron Taylor-Johnson, fans have been lobbying for their preferred actor to take over the mantle, and the discussions are extremely entertaining, to say the least. James Bond may have lost the long-time protection of the Broccolis, but Amazon is already moving on announcing the next 007, unsuccessfully. James Bond is going through 99 problems right now, and Jeff Bezos is one of them. The franchise that has reigned over Hollywood since the 1960s has finally hit a rough patch that's even worse than Roger Moore's era as 007. Meanwhile, fans still clamor over the absence of Henry Cavill, as the 41-year-old actor is all but done with playing the MI6 superspy.
Cavill was born in Jersey, the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, which are dependent territories of the British Crown and are located off the coast of Normandy, France. He is the fourth of 5 sons of Marianne Cavill, née Dalgliesh, a secretary, and Colin Cavill, a stockbroker. The family lived in St. Helier, where Henry Cavill grew up playing computer games with his brothers. At age 13, he left Jersey to attend the Stowe School, a boarding school in Buckinghamshire, England. At Stowe, Cavill developed an interest in acting and participated in school productions, including Grease, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Tom Stoppard's Dog's Hamlet. At age 16, he and his classmates had the opportunity to be extras in the movie Proof of Life, 2000, starring Russell Crowe. While on set, Cavill introduced himself to the recent Oscar winner, who encouraged him to pursue acting professionally. Cavill soon landed a role in Vendetta, 2001, followed by another in Kevin Reynolds' big-screen adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. For the part of Albert Mandigo, Cavill, who has said that he was teased for being overweight as a kid, was encouraged to lose several pounds. In addition, Cavill had guest roles in a number of British television shows as well as supporting parts in the coming-of-age film I Capture the Castle, 2003, and an adaptation of the Celtic romance Tristan plus Isolde, 2006. During this period, Cavill auditioned for several iconic roles, including Superman and James Bond, which ultimately went to Brandon Routh in Superman Returns and Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, both 2006, respectively. Those setbacks led him to consider following in the footsteps of 2 of his elder brothers and joining the armed forces. In 2007, however, Cavill garnered his first leading role in The Tudors, a cable series following the exploits of Henry VIII, played by Irish actor Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Cavill portrayed Charles Brandon, a loyal courtier to the king. The series helped make Cavill a familiar face, and during its 4 seasons, 2007 to 10, he also appeared in such films as the adventure fantasy Stardust, 2007, and the Woody Allen comedy Whatever Works, 2009. After The Tudors, Cavill proved his skill as an action star, playing Greek hero Theseus in Immortals, 2011, and the son of a CIA agent, played by Bruce Willis, in The Cold Light of Day, 2012. In 2011, Cavill announced that he had been cast as Clark Kent/Superman in Man of Steel, 2013. He later admitted that he had missed the call from director Zack Snyder offering him the job because he had been playing the online game World of Warcraft. To portray the Man of Steel, Cavill transformed his body, adding so much muscle that he sometimes split the seams of his Superman costume. He also had the opportunity to work alongside Crowe, who played Superman's father. Jor-El. Cavill went on to reprise the role in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, starring opposite Ben Affleck as Batman, and in Justice League, 2017, featuring such DC comic book heroes as Wonder Woman, played by Israeli actress Gal Gadot. In between Superman films, Cavill starred in director Guy Ritchie's big-screen adaptation of The Man from UNCLE, 2015, playing a CIA agent who teams up with a KGB agent, played by Armie Hammer, and in Sandcastle, 2017, portraying a Special Forces captain on a 2003 tour of Iraq.